Cedric Coward from Washington State University.
From a Division III school to WSU to a lottery pick in the NBA draft, where Cedric Coward landed tonight.
We have a slightly cooler end to the week before temperatures start climbing this weekend.
The width is probably in excess of 2 to 3 feet.
Transportation officials say the pothole is the size of a canoe, and it's forcing them to close a stretch of I-90 just to fix it. We'll explain the workaround. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Taking a live look at I-90 right now near the Barker exit tonight. Right now, both eastbound lanes of I-90 shut down as crews work to repair a pothole tonight. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy reports as this is just one of two major stretches of the interstate being repaired over the next few nights.
Potholes are so common across Spokane County. There's a 24/7 pothole hotline for anyone to call and report them online. And here in Spokane Valley, crews are going to be tackling a pothole closing eastbound I-90 traffic at the Barker Road interchange right here, tackling one that crews say has caused issues for several months. Drivers will be diverted until 4 a.m. off of the freeway at the Barker Road exit. They'll then go through the roundabout and back on the eastbound I-90 using the on-ramp. This is to fix a pothole Ryan Overton with WSDOT says has been on the road since February. He says the colder months made it harder to smooth it out, and over time, it's grown significantly.
The width is probably in excess of 2 to 3 feet, and the length is upwards of 6, maybe 8, even 9 feet.
It's not the only project WSDOT's tackling this week. The westbound on-ramp and eastbound off-ramp off of I-90 near Maple Street will be closed for maintenance overnight Thursday into Friday. Overton says the right lane on I-90 near the ramp closure will also be closed as crews get to work.
There's just several spots in there where we've had kind of chronic potholes and other areas where we're starting to see decay of the asphalt itself.
The westbound on-ramp will be closed starting at 8 p.m. on Thursday and open back up on Friday at 5 a.m. The eastbound off-ramp will be closed starting at 10 p.m. that same day and opening back up at the same time. Overton says drivers who go westbound can use a detour on the Monroe Street on-ramp. For those heading eastbound, drivers can detour on the Division Street off-ramp. Overton says the repairs for both projects are needed to keep drivers coming and going safer.
Just a good opportunity for us to kind of grind out and give a nice fresh inlay of asphalt to those areas to help preserve the roadway for many years to come.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather on this Wednesday night. I want to get outside right now to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goo. Jeremy, it was a beautiful day today. Things just looking up from here, too.
Oh, when it comes to the next few days, a little break before the big time heat turns on. And as Mark said, looking up, 72, not bad. And across the region, those temperatures staying pretty mild thanks to a little bit of cloud cover that slid over late in the day. That is the backside of our wave of energy moving in. It moves in, it moves out, and we wind up a little bit calmer the next couple of days. Tomorrow, we're going to wind up seeing a little more sunshine throughout the afternoon. I think sun comes out in the morning, sticks around. Then, a little more sunshine in the morning. In the afternoon, we will then see the clouds build back in. Notice that little disturbance that moved through. I don't think it's even close to that widespread with precipitation, but I do think it does have an impact. 78 tomorrow, clouds increase throughout the day. Disturbance moves through, we're back to sunny on Friday and just 77 degrees before we climb back to 80 on Saturday.
In with you later in the broadcast. Big news for the Idaho ski industry. New tonight, the Idaho Supreme Court has ruled in favor of a Sun Valley company in a long-awaited decision for the Gem State ski resorts. Back in 2019, a man died after he ran into a snowmaking equipment while skiing at a Sun Valley resort. His wife sued the resort, saying they could have done more to protect her late husband. After a lower court initially ruled in favor of the resort, a higher court reversed that decision, saying it needed more consideration. The decision was centered on if the Sun Valley Resort followed the Ski Liability Act in their marking of the equipment in question.
There's been a lot at stake. A negative finding here or had this finding not gone our way or the way of Sun Valley, it would have resulted in increased insurance costs and all other sorts of difficult impact on the industry.
As smaller ski areas would not have been able to keep up with the increased cost had things not gone their way. The ruling states that skiing is an inherently risky sport that skiers willingly take part in when clipping into their skis. And now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. Spokane County Sheriff's deputies say that a burglary suspect led them into a rooftop brawl on Tuesday morning, and one of the deputies saying the man they were arresting even bit her. This picture shows the suspect on the roof where deputies say he assaulted them. It all started when deputies responded to a burglary in progress, and they say they found the suspect still in the house. Deputies say he climbed onto the roof, and when they followed him to arrest him, he allegedly punched, kicked, and assaulted them.
And in the process of placing handcuffs on you, you assaulted multiple officers.
Yes.
One of the officers, you allegedly bit that person's hand.
The burglary victim reports more than $6,000 of damage on his property, including to an indoor fireplace, a garage lock, and electrical outlets. Bond was set at $10,000. A West Valley Spanish teacher who had been fighting to get his job back after reciting a racial slur in class from the text of To Kill a Mockingbird. Well, in a unanimous decision this morning, the school board voted not to renew his teaching contract. Matthew Mastronardi spoke with KREM 2 today, defending his decision.
It came from a student-initiated question about the book, and it was a very thought-provoking question that, just as a professional, you know, I felt it was necessary to address it.
I do think it's a good book to use, but we have gone through different ways to try to make sure that it is taught in context, and this was not.
And his students for showing up for him. One person is dead, another injured after a deadly crash south of Medical Lake on Friday. Officers say a vehicle did not stop at a stop sign at an I-90 off-ramp and hit another car and then hit a light pole. The driver of that second car was taken to the hospital where he later died. The cause still under investigation. However, Washington State Patrol believes that drugs or alcohol played a role in the crash. Meantime, in Okanagan County, there was a deadly crash that injured one person and killed another. Troopers say a Chevy Malibu was traveling southbound on State Route 153 when it swerved off the road, overcorrected, and hit two more vehicles traveling northbound. No drugs or alcohol were involved in the crash, according to troopers. And that was your Night Beat. For more information on any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, don't go to bed just yet. In the wake of recent ICE protests, Spokane City Council preparing to vote on an emergency ordinance. We'll explain.